was Wolfman, and what was the deal with his push in the last days of Smoky Mountain Wrestling? He was prominently featured in the Power Maker commercial that was on your show every week, so my best guess is that you were pushing him as a favor to a sponsor.
Well, Dean, wouldn't you know who won the pony? Oh my God. And this is another, and let me just once again bring up for our, not only our domestic, but our international audience here on Corny's Drive-Thru, what a just complete fucking idiot dipshit Tim Horner is. In that he had actually said in public, the words that came out of his mouth in public in front of other human beings who I'm sure stared at him like he had smoking turds hanging out of his mouth, were that Coca-Cola wanted to give Smoky Mountain Wrestling a $100,000 sponsorship, I believe was the figure he quoted. But only if we toned down or got rid of the gangstas. And my response to him was, I'm not going to change my product for anybody. I think we booked Wolfman and paid him $75 a night that he wrestled because one of his best friends, or a very close friend of his, was the head of I remember it, the vitamin company, the supplement company, something Life, not Herbalife. It was the Life Extension Foundation. And they were giving us about, I think at the time, like $3 or $4 grand a month max. I can't remember how much it was, but it wasn't that much. So I told Coca-Cola to go piss up a rope for $100 grand to get rid of the gangstas. But I fucking took, $3 grand a month from the vitamin guy to fucking put the Wolfman on my television. Yes, Dean, you are correct. That was the whole idea of the thing. And I mean, and Wolfman, he was a good guy. He was not an embarrassing. He had an embarrassing gimmick, but the thing is, that's what he looked like. Actually, it was old gray-headed hillbilly Wolfman. So you couldn't really, but he wasn't an embarrassing wrestler in that he was a grown adult man who, tried hard and didn't look phony, just looked silly, and wasn't a great worker. Wouldn't have made Smoky Mountain Wrestling television, certainly in any featured position or house shows any other way. But at the time we were looking for sponsors because the TV price or rates, airtime kept going up. And, so, we had people kind of work around him a little bit and put him in some mixed tags and hoped for the best. And his buddy sent checks for the duration of the time. I can't remember how long Wolfman was there. Possibly, matter of fact, till I think the last 3 months of the promotion. So Wolfman closed Smoky Mountain Wrestling. No, but that's the answer in long form to the question, and just once again shows what not only a complete fucking imbecile Tim Horner is in the wrestling business of the business or the way things work, but also just in terms of he fantasizes and makes shit up to make himself look good that never actually happened.
Did he come to you as a fully formed Wolfman, or did you have visions of the Canadian Wolfman in your mind?
I can assure you that the way he walked, when I heard his name was the Wolfman, and I took that leap, I went that far, I assure you that when he walked in the door and put his gear on in the locker room, he went to the ring exactly like he had come prepared to look. I didn't change a goddamn thing. I was like, the only thing, it's like I said about when the writers from the WWF, from Stamford, the TV writers of Raw and SmackDown or whatever would infrequently come to Louisville, to Ohio Valley Wrestling, to look at the guys that was their next generation of stars. And I think they might come, in those days, they'd come down maybe once a year. That was a big deal. And I finally told Danny Davis, even I would try to talk to him, but I either need 5 minutes or 5 years with these people. Anything in between ain't going to do either one of us any good. If I'd have started trying to polish the Wolfman, I would have ended up just setting fire to him and getting somebody else and starting from scratch, and that would have killed the whole idea of being bribed to book him to begin with. So pretty much what you saw with the Wolfman was the way he walked in the door.